Okay, this quick tutorial is going to be about using spell check with a Microsoft, um, right, in this case it's Microsoft Word, but it can be used in Microsoft Outlook as well. Just a quick note that I'm using NVDA, non-visual desktop access, to run this spell check. So it's going to sound a little bit different than the other screen readers. The synthesizer will sound the same, but the commands will be just a little different than perhaps one would be used to. But for the most part, just to let you know, they are the same. There's only a couple of very minor differences that I will point out along the way. So, to get started, the sentence on the screen says, or should say, the quick brown fox jumped over the dog, period. There are 3 spelling errors that I deliberately made in this sentence, and 1 grammatical error that may or may not correct itself once the spelling errors have been corrected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open spell check with an F7. F7 opens the spell check dialog. The spell check is a dialog box, and it is treated as such, which means you navigate it with a tab key. So I'm going to use an F7.
Spelling and grammar. English U.S dialog, not a dictionary. Not a dictionary. Edit quick Q. U-I-K.
Okay. What it did was it told me that the word quick, or what I thought was quick, is not correct, and it spelled it to let me know how it is written. Now, right away when you launch the spell check and it is in this area, you have the option of using your arrow keys to correct the error. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to use a tab key to navigate to my next section of the spell check dialog box, which is the suggestion box.
Suggestions. List quick.
Okay. When I use JAWS, at least mine is set, so that it will automatically spell the suggested word. NVDA is not set that way. And as long as you have your number lock turned off, you can use your numpad as a navigation tool. Some people use it a lot, some people don't use it at all. But one important thing to note is if you have pressed the 5 on your number pad twice quickly, it will spell the words that the focus is on. So I'm going to go ahead and spell it. It said quick, so I want to spell it to make sure that it's the right quick. So
Q-U-I-C-K.
Okay, and that is correct, and that is what I wanted to say. To accept that change, I'm going to do an Alt+C to change that.
Not a dictionary. Edit jump J. U. F. P. P. E.
Okay, so it's telling me it moved right to the next spelling error, which is jumped. And it sounds like I have 1 too many P's in there. And in some cases, it is more expedient to correct it with your arrow keys. So I'm just going to move my left arrow key because when I'm checking spelling, my arrow keys, or my cursor, is automatically put at the end of the word. So I'm going to use my left arrow key to move back.
D. E. E.
And I'm going to backspace over one of these P's.
E.
Okay. So now that I've done that, if I hit enter, it will undo the edit. I don't want to do that because it'll just be a circular issue. It'll take me right back. So I'm going to actually I can either do an Alt+C right away to change it, or what I'm going to show you to do now is I'm going to use my tab key to navigate around.
Undo edit button Alt+U.
Nope, don't want that.
Change button Alt+C.
I want that one. And as you'll notice, it gives me the shortcut keys as I navigate with my tab. That's a very nice feature that is available in most screen readers. It gives you the option of saying, oh yeah, well next time I do this, I know that I can just do an Alt+C and it'll change.
Not a dictionary. Edit dog D. A. W. G.
Okay, suppose I want to be all street and leave this word the same. I can choose to do that, I can do that by ignoring it once. If I do an Alt+I, it will ignore it one time. If I do an Alt+A, it will add it to the dictionary. So suppose I'm straight a lot, and I want to make sure that dog is added to the dictionary, I can do that. I can also, of course, change with the Alt+C. I can do a change all with an Alt+L to change all. I can change my autocorrect options with an Alt+R. I typically do not do that, but let me give you some other navigations around the spell check dialog box that I want to make sure that you know are available. As long as we have a misspelling here, I'm going to just hit my tab key.
Suggestions. Ignore once button Alt+I.
Ignore once.
Ignore all button Alt+G.
Ignore all.
Add to dictionary button Alt+A.
Add to dictionary.
Change button Change all button Alt+L. Autocorrect button Alt+R.
Okay, now here is where it's going to get interesting here.
Check grammar checkbox checked Alt+K.
Now, I don't turn off my grammar check because there are sometimes it's useful, but for the most part, I don't really care for it. I just tend to ignore it. Some people turn off their grammar check because it drives them crackers. So if you wanted to do that, you could do an Alt+K to turn off the grammar check, or you could navigate down with the tab keys and uncheck the checkbox. To uncheck a checkbox in JAWS is the space keys.
Not checked.
Oop, good, checked again.
Checked.
All right, so now I'm going to do another tab.
Options.
That gets me to the spell check options. I'm going to actually just ignore DAWG one time, which of course is Alt+I.
Microsoft Word dialog, the spelling and grammar check is complete.
So I'm going to hit OK.
OK, but document 1 Microsoft Word.
So now I'm going to go to the top of the document with a Control and Home.
The quick round fox jumped over the dog.
So that's basically an overview of how to do spell check. Hope that helps and have a great day.